Fellow Squanchers, I'm back today with another Rick and Morty video.
Ooh-wee! 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 Ooh-wee!
Let's get on topic. After the most recent episode of Rick and Morty, Rest and Rick Relaxation, I realized it must suck to be Rick. In this episode, we are introduced to Toxic Rick, who talked about how everyone is inferior and he's a genius. But that must be a terrible reality for Rick. It's like he's Albert Einstein and everyone around him is an infant. Ah, see what I did there? Because my channel is infant? No? Alright. Anyways, Rick is surrounded by people who can't truly understand him or what he does. I'm assuming his intelligence makes it hard for him to develop meaningful relationships or connections. Rick has stated that he is lonely, and I believe that a major reason as why no one can really understand him is because he's simply too smart. But Rick's misery doesn't end there. He has access to infinite dimensions in which there are an infinite variation of people he actually cares about. This only makes his connection with those people less significant. What I mean by this is, let's say Beth dies. He could just go to a new dimension in which Beth is alive and continue to live on, like how he did in Rick Potion number 9. This makes his connection less significant as he can always replace someone. However, Rick seems to be attached to the Morty the show follows for some unknown reasons. So that is an exception. One might argue that Rick has an infinite self who is equally smart. Rick can bond with other Ricks. They can understand each other, although our Rick would never do this because he is the Rickest Rick. He said himself that a clubhouse of Ricks is dumb. Or what he's referring to the citadel of Ricks. Another drawback of Rick's intelligence is that he knows he has no purpose. He has no reason to live. Every day Rick is just trying to have a new and exciting adventure to keep himself entertained. Also, I wanted to mention that with the infinite dimensions, I think that Rick has developed the idea that life has little to no meaning, making it easier for him to kill. So after killing so many people, I'm sure it has taken its toll on Rick, emotionally. Now, why does he drink the way he does? I strongly believe that Rick drinks to numb the loneliness, to numb the insignificance, to numb any and all feelings. In Season 1, he would say Wubbalubbadubdub, which if you don't know, it meant I am in great pain. I still think Rick is in great pain, but he's recently stopped saying Wubbalubbadubdub because he has found in Morty a companion. So basically, he's found a way to cope with his loneliness. It's undeniable that in his own weird way, Rick loves Morty. We see proof of this in A Wrinkle in Time when Rick sacrifices himself to save Morty's life. We are shown this again in the newest episode when Toxic Rick returns to Healthy Rick to save Morty. I believe Healthy Rick shot Toxic Morty, and Toxic Rick sacrifices himself to make sure that Toxic Morty lives. So it's in his own weird way, Rick does love Morty, and I think that Rick copes with his loneliness by being with Morty. However, Rick, in my opinion, is still in great pain, despite little progress. He's cursed by his intelligence. No matter what, I think that Rick is always going to be somewhat depressed or in pain because he's just too smart. Well, if you guys have anything to add or comment, I want to hear your ideas. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like. And if you want to see more, feel free to hit that subscribe button.